Now, Ecclesiastes 12, 13, and 14 certainly rank as a pair of my favorite Bible verses, meaning that over the years, they've influenced the way that I've thought, influenced the way that I've viewed the world, and hopefully have impacted the way that I've lived my life. In Ecclesiastes 12, 13, and 14, presumably King Solomon, and more about that in just a minute, wrote, "Now all has been heard. Here's the conclusion of the matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the duty of all mankind. For God will bring every deed into judgment, including every hidden thing, whether it is good or evil." Okay, so here's the background story. Now, this very ancient book actually doesn't identify its author, although tradition says it was King Solomon. King Solomon, who for the first half of his reign was a very godly king. He was commissioned by God to construct the first Jewish temple. He composed over 5,000 proverbs. He was considered to be the wisest man in the ancient world. But then during the latter half of his reign, he completely threw everything away. He turned his back on God and, well, did some pretty horrific things. The book of Kings, another Old Testament book, records the life and reign of King Solomon, and it gives no indication that King Solomon, at the end of his life in any way, repented and came back to God, as it would seem that the author of Ecclesiastes did. Nevertheless, tradition does say that King Solomon was the author, and there are various things within the book that would indicate that he was the author. I guess it's one of those things that we will never know. Whoever he was, though, he writes from the vantage point of an old man looking back upon his life. He had possessed great wealth, which meant he lived any way that he wanted. He lived a life of debauchery. He was a great builder. He constructed many great things. Perhaps you could liken him today to an Elon Musk or a Bill Gates. And essentially, from an earthly perspective then, you could say that he had truly lived the dream. But now as an older man, knowing that death was imminent, knowing that he was soon to meet his maker, in the grand scheme of things, he really began to question, had it really all been worth it? The author ends the book of Ecclesiastes in chapter 12, verses 13 to 14, by saying that the only thing which truly matters in life, whether rich or poor, king or peasant, is that you have feared God and obeyed his commands. So what does it mean to fear God? Does it mean to be petrified of God? Or does it mean more to be respectful, show him reverence? Well, given the context of verse 14 of how God is going to bring into judgment everything that we've ever done, including the things that we think that we've gotten away with, well, I think it's really a combination of the two things, right? Perhaps not the greatest illustration, but I liken the fear of God to being around a tamed lion. Sure, it may be tamed, but you better show it respect. You better show it reverence, knowing that if it wanted to, it could rip you to shreds. Down through the ages, people have asked, what is the meaning of life? Again, whoever the author of Ecclesiastes was, I think he gave the best answer. Strip everything down, boil everything down to its bare bones. The meaning of life is to fear God and obey his commands. Everything else is a far, far distant second. What's your priority?